welcome, everyone, to another Liquidium Lunch Club with your usual suspects here. You got myself, James, the HR and BD manager, aka the chief idiot here at Liquidium. You got our lovely Miss Lady Liquidium and Kate, our head of marketing. And we also have our CTO, Pete, here in the building. What's up, Pete?
We doing?
We're doing it, baby. And today we have a couple of guests on the stage, as you may see here. We have the Ducat team. So we have Dante and Alex. Welcome, fellas.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for having us.
Oh,
Thank you.
glad to have you guys here. So this is a perfect.
I think Ben actually is trying to jump up here too.
Oh yeah, come on up. Let me go ahead and.
Today.
Yeah, let's do it. It's a family affair. It's a great spot for us to remind people in the beginning of the show to go ahead and retweet the video stream out. It's on the Liquidium main X profile right now. Go ahead and give that a retweet. To jump into things, I guess I'll start. I got some chicken on deck. We're staying hydrated. We got the big old flask over here with the water. But you know,
Jesus,
we might have to have something rolled up here too. You know what I mean? Pete, you got anything going on over there?
dude, nothing crazy. I finished some dumplings a little bit ago. I should have stayed for the stream. Otherwise, I just got some coffee.
Okay. Keeping it lean. Kate, what you got going on?
I also don't have any food. James got a whole ass rotisserie chicken over there. But I have coffee. Or actually, it's chai. It's chai latte
Ooh,
in a little Christmas mug. So
that's
my
cute.
drink today.
Man, I guess I kind of stole the Liquidium funds for food today.
Yeah, right.
Oh, fuck. I'm
Yeah,
just
like you
hoarding the
drain the
chicken.
liquidity food.
If
Yeah.
you want to know where the platform fees are going, right here, baby.
Thanks, chicken.
Rotisserie chicken right from the oven.
Dante, you got anything going on?
We got some yogurt, some fruit,
Okay.
and then we got some kombucha that's basically finished. We got one sip left.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I love it. Is it flavored?
I know, right? Who are you trying to impress, bro?
The turkey's for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Pre-game. It's a pre-game. I see.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Alex, you got anything going on over there?
Just this like really weirdly large mug of ice water. That's
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, runs on pure H2O. Let's go.
I like that. Yeah, we're keeping it fairly healthy today. So
Can we get Bit up on the stage? I think he's been stranded down there for a little while.
yeah.
Off in no man's land.
I think we invite. There you go.
There he is.
There we go.
What up, Bit? Welcome.
How is it
This is
going?
a full
Good,
house.
man. Good to see you. You got any eat or drink situation going on over there, man?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see my camera. I think it's asking me for permissions. There you go.
There we
I've
go.
got,
Yeah.
some frozen yogurt,
Woohoo!
protein frozen yogurt. You know, just to get the munchies off while I do some work.
Oh yeah.
What's going on with that drip, man? Love the glasses. Killing it. Damn.
Something light today, bro. Had to show up for y'all. You know what I mean? It's a family affair today. So
Yeah, no. Definitely up there, man. Crazy.
appreciate you.
James Doyle.
It's in
Nah.
every day. Every single meeting. And just look at his pit vipers. I don't know what his eyes look like. I've known him for like.
Nah, bro. I'm basically just Geordi from Star Trek. You know what I mean? You'll never see my eyes again. It's just gonna be at some point. It's just gonna be the band across the eyes. Yeah, see, Bit knows what we doing.
I don't think I can pull it off like you pull it off. Way cooler. I get whatever it is you're wearing, man.
Look, I'm gonna have to. I'll send you a couple links.
Yeah, no,
Thank
it's fine.
you, thank you.
Let's laugh.
It is a bit late here though, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pretend that that's the reason I'm taking the model, and not because I lack the confidence to pull off the
That doesn't stop James. I remember when we were in Amsterdam, it was 11 o'clock at night, and he still had the pit vipers on.
That is true. That is true. I was deep in character for sure.
No,
Dude,
you're
How to be able to in those at night.
I think my eyes have adapted, bro. I got like night vision now.
Yeah.
Tesla had to take notes from my vision for their FHD and their night vision package. All right, shit aside, bros. Let's go ahead and jump into the content. Let's talk Ducat today. I want to hear from you guys a little bit about what you guys are building at Ducat. Of course, would love to hear the technicals. I would love to see a little bit of walkthrough. I'm sure some fellas in the crowd would like to see that as well. And we'd also like to hear a bit about, your building process and how you're doing things a little bit differently.
Bit, you want to take it away? Oh, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. The fork comments have already started.
All right. Is that
I'm
any
making
better?
a yoga with
Yeah.
fork specifically today, just so you guys are aware. I came prepared.
Not fair.
Cool.
Is that like is it just the angle or is it like a huge fork?
It was just the angle. It's average size
Oh,
fork.
okay.
Oh, it's an average
There's
fork.
nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with an average fork.
It's a huge fork. I promise you, it's a huge fork. Don't let him lie to you.
Nothing wrong with an average fork. It's okay though.
It still gets the job done.
Oh, you know how the fork scoops the food? It's really not about how big the fork is.
Thank you.
Yeah, fork size don't matter. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Okay. Anyway.
Sorry, Bit. I completely attracted you there.
Oh, you're absolutely good. So I was just gonna say, I really want to deep dive into my role today here, the same role that I have at Ducat, and just act like tech support. So I want Alex Dante to take it. They really are much better speakers than me, and will do the product much better justice than I ever could. So guys, take it away. I'm
I think you're short selling yourself pretty hard there, Lucas. But
which is funny.
yeah. So I guess Dante, you want to do this or you want me to? I probably need to practice a little more than you.
You go for the intro and I'll do a walkthrough. How about that?
Sounds good. So what are we building at Ducat? So Ducat is a decentralized stablecoin named the Bitcoin L1. It's I guess in two sentences the analog that listeners would probably be most familiar with would be single collateral DAI from the old days when it was Ethereum backed, except that we are backing our stablecoin, which is called Unit, with today's BTC instead of Ethereum from 8 years ago, which was a tremendously more unstable asset, right? So, but that's the model that we're following. We think that on the as the Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem is really exploding. There's a huge market for a stablecoin where the collateral is as the management of the collateral is as decentralized as you can possibly make it while having a risk management system. And we also think that when we were planning this stablecoin out, we felt like we didn't want to be a wrapped yield, a wrapped tether or a wrapped USDE like a yield bearing stablecoin, because we think that if the collateral is held off chain, then it's almost like what's the point of bothering with Bitcoin in the first place? Because the collateral is the whole game. Like where the collateral is and what it is like most of what matters with a stablecoin. So if your collateral is a UST bill or a tokenized perp basis trading position that's held in a centralized exchange account, for example, then doing that on Bitcoin, we felt like doesn't really that you're you're using this super decentralized infrastructure to back a fundamentally very centralized product. So you're just sort of kind of like you're kind of like illogically combining like the rough Bitcoin UX with this like very centralized use case that could be more efficiently done elsewhere and already has been, right? So we think that a decentralized stablecoin is what the Bitcoin ecosystem needs. We think the market for it is significantly bigger on Bitcoin than what it was for DAI on Ethereum, where DAI is I think it's about 2.5 to 3% of I think it's about 3% of Ethereum's market cap when you include the USDS, the Sky stablecoin or whatever as well, which is their newfangled or DAI 2.0 or whatever, DAI 5.0, whatever the latest version of DAI is, right? So there's a clear market for that, and that's what we're going after. So that's what we're building in like a lot more senses than I planned.
No, super cool. Appreciate it. Before we do the like the demo, can you guys walk through just who you are and what you do for the team, also for everybody in the audience?
Sure.
Yeah.
Dante, go with you first.
I'm a chief fork guy over here.
Let's go.
I do BT here at Ducat.
He's outstanding chief fork officer, by the way. We're very happy with his performance so far. I'm Alex. I'm the head of product at Ducat, so that's my title. So I configure like the parameters for the stablecoin. I give I'm the high level word cell guy. I give the word cell instructions to Lucas, and I spend some time on Twitter, figuring out what other, researching what else is going on in the market, and all the sort of market research stuff is part of what I do as well.
I'm everyone. I'm Lucas. I'm tech support. I do the tech stuff, the stable coin and all that on Bitcoin is the work of me and the team that works with me. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much all there is to it. Not a lot more to cover on my side.
Also known as CTO,
Yeah.
Well,
Also known as.
depends on the day. Some days it truly is just tech
That was
support.
the humblest thing I ever heard.
I knew that's good.
I know, did it come across as too much?
I love
No, I think Pete can relate to this.
Oh yeah, tech support. So you gotta do the dirty work sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta.
Well,
Nice.
as I stuff my face, I'm actually really excited for people to be able to see what you guys have been working on, because not many people know, but we, Ducat and I, have kind of been in conversation since probably about February or so, when we first started talking about the first initial projects you guys were working on and kind of how things have iterated since then. So thank you, Dante, for having shown me a little bit prior to today of what you guys have been working on, but I am personally very, very excited for you guys to be able to see what is coming to fruition here with Ducat.
Absolutely. Should I take it away?
Floor is yours, fork man. I'm gonna go grab my fork.
Let's do this. So before I start the stream, what I'm going to show is essentially the starting walkthrough of someone who has not set up a vault and is going to go through the whole process of depositing their BTC, withdrawing unit, and being able to see the nice little UI UX that we've put together. So we're going to start from 0 and we're going to get all the way to 1. Perfect. Can you guys see my screen?
Perfect.
Awesome. All right, so when you first get here, you will need an access code. So anybody in the audience that is listening in right now and you haven't gotten an access code, I think maybe James might be able to hook you up later. We'll see. I don't know if he's feeling nice today. If he's not feeling nice today, I don't know. I can't help you. But
Depends on the comments. We'll see.
We'll make sure that whoever is looking for those codes will be handed some out. So make sure you are nice to James. But let's get to it. So we're gonna connect our wallet. Can you guys see my wallet also, or is it just showing the
No,
web
it's
browser?
just still showing the
I don't
web
see
page.
your wallet.
Okay. Well, it was a simple connect. All you're gonna do is connect your wallet there like you would any other website. Paste your code in. This is mine. Please don't steal it within 2 seconds. Awesome. Thank you. And we're in. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create a vault. So what you're really doing here is what we call a taproot vault. If you actually want to go into maybe like a little bit of the technical aspect before I click create a vault, maybe that might provide some good context for anybody in the audience that might want a more technical definition of what that is.
Sure. So essentially what we do with the Taproot Vault is we instantiate 2 transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain. And leveraging Bitcoin relate to ensure we're sending a transaction through with no fees to the network, and then we're paying the fees with the second transaction, which means that the first transaction cannot get committed without or confirmed without the second one, but the second one cannot go through until the first one has gone through, which is a very neat trick that got instantiated in the latest version of Bitcoin. So, as David and Alex like to call it, bleeding edge. Took a bit to get that through, but it's a really cool feature. What we're doing with those transactions is on the first one, we're issuing actual runes. And on the second transaction, we are defining all the parameters that define your vault. That includes the amount of unit or the amount of runes that you're borrowing, liquidation state in which your vault is at, the liquidation threshold at which your vault would be liquidated. It also includes the timestamp at which you generated the vault and the price at which you created the vault. All of that is included in the op return. It has a surprisingly low footprint, so the entire transaction, the 2 set of transactions are less than 800 bytes. So it's relatively cheap to get through. And more importantly, the spending conditions for that vault are then encoded into what we're calling the vault UTXO, which is what actually moves around holding your Bitcoin and changing the spending transactions every single time. So as it stands, the vault UTXO is only spendable or is spendable forward according to the conditions of the op return, which our MPC network has to sign for every single time that a vault update happens. But each vault update is essentially inscribed on chain in the form of the op return. So whenever a transaction goes through, it gets committed to locally on your browser. So you sign your inputs, which is the BTC that you're passing through to pay for the fees or to include money into your vault. And then through the signing of those inputs, you commit to all of the outputs, meaning that the MPC network can't really change anything about your transaction. And then they blindly evaluate the conditions in the op return and sign the vault creation. And with those 2 signatures, we then submit it over to the Bitcoin blockchain. Do not ask me for technical shit if you don't have your technical shit, all right? Because you're looking at me blank face, and it's like, you asked.
I'm looking at the vault screen right now, just waiting to click vault, like create vault. I'm just waiting.
All right, go ahead, please. Don't let me stop you.
I think that what's something that's really just so cool is when we're gonna press this button, create vault, and we're gonna do, let's say, test here, is because it's all on layer 1, is we're gonna be able to see this inscription pop up too, which is just so cool to see that happening on layer 1. Thank you for that super awesome technical explanation though, Lucas.
Yes.
But yeah, so I have my wallet funded. I wish this was real BTC. It's test BTC right now. What we'll do here is we'll take about half of it and we're going to borrow some unit from it. So let's do this to about, let's say we'll bring our Volt health to around 300% or a little bit under. So we'll borrow about $1,400 worth of what would be around $4,000, $4,300 worth of BTC. So when you preview this, you'll be able to see the estimated value, how much BTC you're depositing, how much unit you're borrowing, the fee rate that you'll want to set, that cost estimation, and then the transaction speed. Because right now we are doing this on MutinyNet, this will actually be really, really fast. The block times are I think 10, 20, 30 seconds. So this will happen really fast, but obviously when we're on mainnet or SIGNet, these would follow much longer block times. Then you'll see down here is just the vault details. So, your liquidation threshold, if your vault is healthy, which it is because we are about close to 300% right now. If this was lower, there could get to a point where when we're in the 160 to 200% range, where it's kind of what we call a little bit, well, not risky. Risky is when it's under 160%, but when we put the 160 to 200% is kind of like that middle range. So because we're above that, we're healthy. So right now I'm seeing my Xverse wallet pop up on my side, loading, and I'm going to confirm this transaction. Now that's confirmed. We're going to see request received, validate. Oh, that's super fast. Vault creation was submitted. So what we'll do is we'll go to the vault. We'll see this nice, beautiful UI pop up, and we'll actually be able to scroll down and see this happening on the mempool.
Can you just as a quick heads up, which is something we don't do that often, but that I think it's really cool to see. If you copy the address to which the runes were received, you can go into our Ordinals server that we're hosting for MutinyNet and see the actual runes in the address balance.
What's the for that again?
The address for that is the Ordinals address in the Xverse wallet, and the URL for that is ord-mutinynet.tocatprotocol.com. We also host an Ordinal server for testnet v3, testnet v4, and SIGNet as service to the community. If you abuse it, we will turn it off. But if you want to play around with stuff, it's got JSON enabled, which the official one doesn't. So consider it a little gift from us to all of you.
So this UI is so clean. The flow seems so
So
easy.
smooth, man. It's
so
so
clean
smooth.
itself. Love it. Love it. How big is the
background?
team?
Sorry,
Right,
go
no.
ahead.
Oh, sorry. How many developers do you guys have on your team?
Right now, it's so we've got Hunter, Chris, myself, Ilya. It's 4 of us.
Nice. Super nice.
It's 4 of us, right? I'm not skipping anyone. 5.
Five.
It's 5. Yeah,
Nice.
it's 5 of us.
Nice.
So yeah, that does look good when seen from the outside. It's a bit tired after you see it 40 hours a day, right? But on the outside, that does look nice.
No, it looks great. Kate, what were you saying you
Dante,
liked
show
about
them
it?
the
Oh no, I was just gonna compliment their UI. I think I told Dante this earlier when he gave me and James a demo as well. But the UI is just so like easy to look at, easy to use. That's exactly what I need. I don't need any complicated website where I like have no fucking clue where to go. This is perfect. It tells you everything you need to know. So it's amazing. I love it.
Dante, do you want to show the overview page as well?
Yeah, definitely. Something that James and Kate, you guys haven't seen yet, I don't think, was the overview page,
Right.
which will actually show like, how much BTC is in Ducat's vaults, like how much units borrowed, the collateralization ratio, and the amount of active vaults that we have. So if you scroll down here, you'll actually be able to see like what's going on in the protocol, and we have this nice little graphic here to go along with it.
That's fire.
Yeah, love that.
That makes the analytics
a really cool,
geek in me happy.
yeah, the analytics are not bad. A really cool one that I really like to bring up, just because we're mugging the shit out of everyone else, is on MutinyNet. I understand this testnet, right? But it still feels nice. MutinyNet has quite a bit of developer support in Bitcoin Core terms. I think it's quite popular, and they implement new opcodes and stuff. People use it to play around, kind of like the next step to having Rectest. And there was no Ordinal server widely available for this. Which means that there wasn't a lot of ordinals, right? There were 68 inscriptions when we first started inscribing, and there's now, I think, 524.
Oh wow!
So all of those 500, all those 450 extra inscriptions are all Ducat inscriptions that have been done over the course of the past 1 month. So that's pretty decent. We're just showing here the active ones. So we have our own indexer. The indexer is not needed for the protocol to work. It does provide all the transparency, all the verification steps for a user to check the status of the collateralization rates. And we're just showing it from the moment that we gave it to our first outside user. So all of those have been people using our own platform.
Nice. Take over the network. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's very, very exciting.
Beauty network?
Putting
No,
in
this is
work.
Ducat network,
Yeah,
baby.
putting in that work. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
the
saying.
number speaking for itself. That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's go. It's super cool.
Oh, he's on mute again.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Peter.
I was gonna ask. So if you go back to the vault page, so just so I understand fully, you can kind of just withdraw, deposit more Bitcoin, basically changing the health of your position, pretty much.
Oh, well, I'll go about just doing another borrow function right here. So we'll borrow to the point where, let's say we get a little risky here. I live on the wild side. So we'll borrow another $1,200 worth of unit. Right now we have my X-Verse popping up.
The X-Verse is there, I promise. You guys can test it out later. It's not a Web 2 animation.
Little wizardry happening.
Right.
There we go.
So we'll go down here. We'll see, okay, awesome. We created the vault. Now we're borrowing more. You're going to see like the health factor and how this changes. You'll be able to see it again, like in the mempool. Awesome, block passed. We come back to the protocol. This will take a second. Awesome, completed. Now if we come back here, we'll see, okay, our health monitor dropped. We do have more unit though in our wallet. And to get out of this zone, we're gonna want to deposit more. So because we're already in the risky zone, we are not allowed to withdraw more BTC or borrow more unit. We have to either deposit more BTC or repay some of that loan before we could borrow or withdraw again.
That's dope.
Nice. And then for repayments, can I repay like partially, or do I have to repay like the full amount that I borrowed for each one of those loans, or how does that work?
Partial. I mean,
Yeah.
you can start withdrawing BTC again if you partially repay. You don't have to like repay 100% of the debt to take out 1% of the BTC.
No.
You just have to have whatever your unit that you have borrowed has to be 160% collateralized with BTC. So like you could withdraw BTC up until that threshold.
Okay, super cool. And then when you're repaying, I guess you're basically just you're burning the unit back to Oblivion, or how's repayment work?
Yeah, I mean, you're sending it. You are remitting it to the what's called the etching address. Is correct? Is that the
Yeah.
That's
That's a technical question. I can go into that if you want.
Oh yeah, yep.
All right.
Unit goes back to where it came from.
Also, yes.
Perfect.
But basically, we've done this. We've come up with this cool accounting mechanism. It's nothing super special. The way that I like to develop stuff, which I think is the best way to develop cool applications, is put together trivial engineering elements in a non-trivial way. So put simple things together in a complex way, or a more advanced way. So basically what we're doing is, so you guys know that runes have the idea of pre-mines, right? So you don't really get to mint on demand, which generates a problem of how do you manage your stablecoin supply in a way that's trustless, in a way that people can actually have an overview of how many units are in circulation. So the first thing that we've done for that is we have an open issue that Casey has agreed to on Ordinals, on the Ordinal repo, where essentially he has agreed to rename the supply of rename the supply in the etching page to a reserve, and then have all of the runes that are outside of that initial address as like the circulating supply. So what we've done is we have generated inscriptions, and we have given those inscriptions some accounting information, like this inscription is going to contain 25,000 runes. And then we are aggregating that inscription and 25,000 runes into the same output. And we're giving out those to the Guardians. And then the Guardians can have like a record of, okay, we originally received 25,000 of the runes. This is our current balance. And this is where they have been distributed to, right? So you have very quick accounting of which nodes or which Guardians have which amount of runes, just looking at the inscriptions without having to overly depend on the Ordinal server or on the Ordinal code, or on the number of calls really to the server. And then whenever you're doing a repayment, we're repaying back to that same account that originally held them, which essentially allows us to keep like a running balance on the Guardians that gets constantly updated with the usage of the platform, which seems to be a very elegant way of keeping as many coins as we can in the reserve, while having a circulating supply that the Guardians can always refer back to, and hopefully run out of a lot less than if we just repaid back to the etching address.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And I think
little trigger component.
the logical next question is when. I know you guys get a lot of testers so far, so I'm sure that's going good. But testing just started only, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, or?
What was the alpha? I think not even. I think it was
14th.
not even.
It was on the 14th, I think. Or
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, about
13 days technically.
Let's go.
The when alpha might be in the Discord chat right now because James is dropping codes left and right silently.
You never know what I'm up to.
People probably
We know we passed them by. We passed them by.
The one is a bit of a tricky one because obviously it's financial infrastructure, so we want to be safe. There's also a little egen in all of us at the team, though. So as fast as possible is the answer. We're shipping the last feature very soon, which is going to be liquidations. And we've designed it in a really cool way. Well, I think it's a really cool way. But liquidations are going to come with a button that essentially says simulate liquidation event, and it's just going to drop the price for everyone in the. It's going to drop the price like randomly for everyone in the network, anyone using our application, and that may cause your vault to go like below the liquidation threshold, right? Because technically in testnet we control the Oracle network. So people will be able to randomly generate liquidation events, which can range. Well, I want to make it everyone. You and David may veto that.
I feel like everyone's just gonna clown this by like taking the liquidating. Our TVL will just go like to 0.
Not really.
I don't know.
Actually,
Maybe we need to massage
really
those
hard.
numbers a little.
It's really hard for our network to go to 0 because there is an added element of difficulty now, which is MutinyNet has its faucet run dry like every 3 days now because of how much we're using it. I actually had Ben, the creator of MutinyNet, because the first time it was down, I messaged him and I was like, "Hey man, this is down. Pretty sure it wasn't us, but if you could be so kind just to refill it." Like the second or the third time it happened, he was like, "Do you just want some MutinyNet so that you can fuck around with it? Because some effort to keep refueling it." But yeah, he's a G and he's doing great work with MutinyNet. So anyway, there's not that much MutinyNet BTC going around anymore because of this running dry, which means that even if people start issuing liquidation events, it's just going to start to become hard for different people to acquire the vaults and recapitalize them. So it's going to form its own little ecosystem. So plan that, sort of.
So just a little bit of context into this. So when the price of BTC drops, like has a flash crash or whatever, right? If everybody has borrowed is levered to the max, the way our risk parameters are configured is if everyone has borrowed the maximum amount of money they possibly can against their BTC at like the top tick of the market, then BTC has to drop like around 16% within basically less than one Bitcoin block for any liquidation for liquidations to trigger, because 135% collateralization is like the vault liquidation threshold, right? So and so when a liquidation event happens, the protocol says, okay, this guy who was borrowing unit against his BTC, his vault is now triggered a liquidation, so someone else needs to come in and bid on that vault's assets in order to recapitalize it. And so so basically, liquidators play a role in they get a chunk of that vault's surplus assets in exchange for recapitalizing the vaults. And so we've done all the math in this, and a liquidator's the liquidator yields are going to start out extremely juicy, because we want to get people to really get familiar with this feature, because the way if there is a really big crash in the price of BTC, we will need people to step in and actually recapitalize these liquidated vaults. That does need to be a decentralized effort, right? So it is pretty similar in theory and practice to how MakerDAO has functioned for like 8 years, but and it's a pretty battle tested system, but it's going to be pretty new to a lot of Bitcoiners, I think. So we definitely want to raise awareness, and the liquidator yields, the way we've configured it, they basically range between 10 and 30% over like a liquidation event that's like, it could be like an hour, right? So that's very like 10 to 30% in the sense that like you risk $100 of your own capital and you could get like $30 equivalent of extra assets by recapitalizing a liquidated vault. So I don't think those yields are going to be that rich forever, because but we do want to start them out pretty rich just to get that part of the ecosystem flywheel up and running, because it is important to us that get off the runway pretty quickly.
Nice. What does it take to be a liquidator? Can anybody be one? Does it happen like on the app?
Anyone can be one. You just have to have BTC.
You technically wouldn't have to be on the app either, Peter, because everything's happening on L1. If you just go into the back end and put away or something,
you could be super bare metal and do everything via CLI, I guess, in theory. At least you will be able to at some point. Quick, is that a day one capability, Lucas? You're muted again.
Yeah, we put a shit ton of effort into that, actually. So first and foremost, we are compatible with Bitcoin Core. So we're directly compatible with Bitcoin Core and the Bitcoin CLI. And secondly, we're compatible with Xverse and web wallets. But if you wanted to run a bot that is just running the indexer, and whenever it detects a vault is under the threshold, it just goes ahead and submits the transaction, you could do that. That would be way better for us, actually. And I do plan to run a bot that does that, as a matter of fact. But yeah, like something that keeps coming up to me when I explain this is the returns. Sure, it's risky. There's risk involved. It's a liquidation. I can lose money. All of that. But I'm not going to lose it. Like I'm getting like what, a 33% return on
Best case.
That's
the best case.
I'll be super fast. Don't worry. It's so good, and if the amount is high enough, like here we're talking $30, but because we're talking on $100, but if you are putting in, like, I'm not saying I have this kind of money, but if you're putting in like 100 grand or like 500 grand, that's a really neat return. So yeah, I mean, the incentive is there for people to recapitalize loans. And that, for one, I'm planning on my architecture. I trust it. I can see other people might have a bit more trouble with it, but put my money where my tech is, I guess.
Nice.
Yep. Really, really cool.
Super cool. I did have another question too. I saw you guys announced a partnership with the Near protocol. Is there anything that you can share on what that might entail? Sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, so I've been. Oh, go ahead, Bit.
I'm tech support.
Yeah. So I've been speaking with the Near team and specifically around change signatures as well. And something that I've been discussing with the team is like obviously bringing Unit into the overall DeFi ecosystem, and the go-to-market strategy being not just living on layer 1, but having Unit available to where people want to take Unit. So something that we were discussing with Near was setting up a partnership where we would be able to have like Unit essentially be available to people in their ecosystem.
So like a bridge, kind of. You could use your Unit on Near. Is that kind of what you mean?
That'd be dope.
Nice. Super cool. Yeah, the things they're doing with chain signatures are pretty interesting. We've definitely checked them out a bit. Super cool stuff. It's definitely exciting times to be building. I'll say that much.
It really is, yeah. But I think with the bridging part, I just I would put forward that I don't really consider it. I wouldn't really consider that bridging because your collateral stays in the Bitcoin chain at all times, and you've got you've got access to that collateral as you're repaying your loan, right? So you're not really bridging the collateral. The collateral is still left in. You're just moving the money around, and what you really want to protect, or thesis really is that the collateral is the important thing, right? And that's not going anywhere. So that's why we think this is so cool, because you get to, if your Bitcoin where it is in your chain, you've got full access to it, and you just move around the worthless US dollars, which are going to zero anyway. So,
Monopoly money.
it's
I got this new shitcoin that you should buy. Unlimited cap.
Yeah, exactly. 80% printed in the last 2 years. Yeah, bullish.
Dev decides to increase supply whenever he wants.
Dude, it's dipping. It's dipping right now. You can buy it for cheap. It's been in 100 years. No, that's great. That's great. Super cool. Super cool stuff, guys.
Let's see, we
I'm
got
excited.
over here. Expert address network. Oh yeah, you might have to go on Signet. Julie, you might have to change your network settings in Xverse.
we've got a guide that we can link,
Oh yeah.
which
Let me put that in the chat.
that's probably helpful.
James is tech support now.
Yeah, it's a rotating role today.
It's a hot potato.
Exactly. Who's gonna catch it next? Nice.
And if anyone does run into any issues too, before the end of this call, feel free to DM me, jump in the server. We're happy to help you guys out.
Nice. Oh yeah, DM him for a good time.
Don't be
Please don't send
shy.
me no more fork pictures, please. No more. I like the inside joke. I'm happy to say I started, but no more.
Is the fork pervasive in your life? Do you think about this like daily?
I had dreams about forks last night. I started turning into nightmare.
Dude, every time I see a fork, I think of me
Dude,
now. It's a
we
problem.
talk about it at least daily, and it's becoming an issue.
Yeah, I just need to start Ordinals collection. I think that's the next step to this.
That's the next step. Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, Mo's on board in the comments. He said, "No spoons, please. Always forks." Exactly,
No
Mo.
spoons.
You got it.
Always first.
Oh, he added bit. It was using a spoon.
I know. I was saying, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. Maybe it's a spoon
Work
fork.
for your yogurt.
You can eat yogurt with a fork,
That's
bro.
both worlds.
You can eat yogurt with a fork. You can eat ice cream
I
with a
have my
fork.
fork and I have my yogurt. I don't have any spoon.
See?
I'm not lying.
See? Facts. You live in that life, bro.
Wow.
That
All
Like,
the dedication.
Good bit. You can have like sporks though.
I'm eating with my hands, but I
There you
still
go,
have a
that's what I
fork.
was
That's
talking
for
about.
that's for like 4-year-olds.
I got news for you, mate.
Or like super cool 20 somethings.
Right. I'm the boomer here, so I don't know what's cool nowadays.
Forks, bro.
You're not an actual boomer though.
What?
You're not an actual boomer though, right?
Right?
No.
No, okay.
You're supposed to pick up on that joke pretty quickly because that was low. That was a little low. I did have a lot of trouble with the captchas earlier today, so
I heard.
I think it took me 4 captchas to get verified in your guys' Discord. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, that's rough living.
You're weird.
Alex, that was one of the funniest things I saw. Like, I'm seeing this pop up in Slack, and I'm like actually just like laughing at my screen. I'm like, no way did you do it 4 times.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh man.
We got more people all about the fork life. That's what I like to see. Oh, I prefer spooning. Well, you must have not got forked.
Who said they prefer spooning? Oh, I was gonna say we gotta ban them, but no, that's Shin's OG.
You gotta get forked. One good fork.
James, are you watching the chat and Twitter? Is there any questions coming in from there? I'm only seeing the Discord chat. That's what I'm asking.
I don't have any Twitter that's popped up on here, but that's also because the Twitter chat doesn't seem to be working right now on our overlay. So
I'm monitoring the chat, and there doesn't seem to be any comments right
Oh, you're-
now.
you're
But
on
if
the
anybody
account?
listening to this and has a comment for Twitter, just feel free to send it in the chat, and I will relay it to the team.
Mhm. Does anyone else need a code?
Yep. Any other questions too?
I think that have been stolen several times. So
I did
send
see that.
codes.
Yeah, James is posting it in the chat. I think people are like just snatching them.
And there's like
no way they're getting
there's
the
like
actual
there's like
person that
300
you're, like,
people
messaging
watching
with.
live on Twitter right now too. So it's like GG's. You gotta be fast, baby. You're competing.
No one's doing mine. Gotta be fast, Julie. You gotta be fast.
Oh, she needs one? Got him. Let's see. Oh God, I basically just challenged Twitter now, huh? Julie, yeah, you're definitely gonna have to have a bot. Let's do
Spring
it.
Roll's getting private demo.
Let's do it. That meme took me out.
I'm dead at James eating a full rotisserie chicken tenders. Oh my god, I'm not gonna give it up. Get a rotisserie chicken and a blunt.
Think
Deadly
I'm
combination.
It's a dub, baby.
Pre-Thanksgiving right there.
Oh yeah, we're getting heated up. Gotta have the stretch pants on too.
Always the stretch pants.
You got it. I'm ready to rock and roll.
So where are you guys located in the world? Dante, you live in New York, right?
Yeah.
Are you there now?
We're just doxing ourselves for free.
Yeah.
Do like a hate crime for that to be the case.
Oh.
He is like actually
Like back in my
CIA.
day.
He actually is part CIA. And she's just
I
extracting.
I actually just doxed everyone. Well,
What's your address?
I use that. That is like a thing. Everyone talks
That is,
about it.
yeah, that is the running joke.
Just James, actually. Just James and Barry, but
Barry, yeah.
Definitely Barry.
In the greater New York area. Currently planning my escape.
I'm in Manhattan, so
Oh,
Belly of the
God.
beast.
Oh, that was an even more specific docs right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Manhattan is like 3 million people, like
Yeah, good luck.
on this little island, so it's kind of hard to find somebody.
No, I'll find you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Just pinged your IP in chat.
Yeah. Didn't have my VPN.
You're muted, Bit.
About now. All right. Do you guys know about Bolt? He's basically this geoguesser stuff that just you give him like a picture of the sky, and he's like, "Oh, you're in this coordinate, looking at the sky in this direction." I can guarantee if I sent him a picture of you, like where you are right now, and I was like, "Where is this guy?" He would tell you the apartment number.
Exactly. Exactly.
Too fucking late.
I do know this.
You know him personally,
That guy-
Kate?
No, I don't know him personally, but I've seen all of this shit. I'm like, what the hell? From like a pebble on the ground, he can figure out where you are.
Insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
He does these challenges too, where it's like figuring out where I am, image blurred, upside down, reversed, 0.1 second, and he gets it within like 30 miles, and it's like what, like weaponized autism.
How does he know what the lighting factor of the camera is?
does.
Like,
Listen. You don't understand. You don't understand the prowess of this person. He
It's
is
incredible.
insane. He will say something like, "Oh, this is the type of sky fucking cloud that only generates on the southern part of Cape Town on this time of the year at this hour." It's actually really
It's
clear when you know
wild.
about it.
this was the guy who went viral on some handful of dirt from like somewhere in South America, and he like got it to within 50 miles or something.
I mean, insane.
That is super.
Bad man.
Yeah. I mean,
Weaponized
let's be
autism.
fair here.
I'm stealing.
You think people rig this stuff? Like,
No.
I mean, people do anything for
Not this
50,000
guy.
Twitter likes.
It's true.
Not this guy. This guy.
You don't think he gets
literally-
insider info beforehand?
No way. No,
I don't know.
they were offering. I don't follow streamers, but I did see this on my Twitter feed this morning. They were offering 100K if anyone could tell where Kai Sanat. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've only
Oh yeah.
where he was actually carrying out a stream. And this guy called the number of the streamer, and he was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And the guy was like, "Hey man, what's up?" And he started reading out the coordinates of where the stream was going on. And
That
they had to,
has
like,
to be.
draw
That's
the
gotta be.
phone away.
That
It's
reeks
not.
of setup.
It's not.
That's crazy.
That's the same.
Sus.
No, absolutely not. Listen, let's be fair. Let's be fair here for a minute. A guy recognizes weird places, and we go on about cryptocurrencies for like hours in a row. It's not that different.
No,
It's
it's
not
a little
that
different.
No,
really
it's
different.
not. No, not at this level. I think. I'm sorry. You're that weird, but on another domain. I guarantee. It's insane. You should watch his videos. You should watch his videos. They're really entertaining.
It's funny.
It's crazy. All
All
right.
right,
I
guys.
think we're about wrapped up here, fellas. Doesn't seem like we have any more questions. Seems like everybody who wanted a code has gotten a code and has gotten in. Julie says she finally gets to be the liquidator. Good little Terminator moment for her.
Don't be shy about reporting bugs. We have this little bug reporting form that we're trying, and everyone hates to fill out forms, but that's so much easier for us to deal with than like taking 3 screenshots of the Discord and putting that into a ticket and then translate, squinting my boomer eyes at the 3 screenshots and type it, it makes the workflow so much cleaner for us. So so if you find a bug, and of course we're very appreciative. We will be very appreciative of diligent, product feedback. This is good proof of humanity, good stuff. So we remember people who help out, that's just what you got to do. So they always appreciate good product feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that.
And the more documented, the better for everybody, right?
Definitely. Yeah, screenshots, like whatever. Yeah, all, the whole 9. As much documentation as you guys can give them that.
All right.
Code.
OC and Hassel are looking for Hassel is looking for code.
I got him.
Just drop that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure, lads. Thank you very much for having us.
No, thank you guys for coming by. This has been more than we could ask for. I think people got a lot, a more wholesome, focused view on what you're doing and your plan of attack on things. And seeing the UI for sure brings it together because it's glorious. Yeah, thank you guys for showing it all and going in as in depth as you did.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Thank you guys so much.
You got
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Bye, everyone.